Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first Maximum Mailbox. This is Maximum Dragon speaking, and I'll just have my character here in the um character creator box, and you can pretend it's me talking. Trollolololo. Okay, got that? Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Got it? Okay. Um, the first question is from Sir K 1995. His question is, would you agree that the hazards is one of atmosphere's weakest points, excluding enemies? They are awesome. I mean, from the little time I've been here, I've seen the adventure level be reinvented time and time again. Why? Because designers have no other choice. Right now, on the precipice of the future pack, we haven't a shred of a whisper of new hazards. That could mean that when it does come out, we will be chasing the robots across spaceships only to be knocked down by, gasp, a wooden owl in space. Okay, that was a long question, and I would have to agree that hazards are one of the weakest points. I mean, as can be shown in this level, the hazards are pretty good. I mean, the enemies part. But, yes, the wooden owl, the spikes, the ceiling spikes, those are pretty much the only ones that really get used all that often. And the moving platform spike blocks. I think those were the last non-AI hazards. And as a matter of fact, since the future pack has been released, yes, we do get to be chasing robots across spaceships, only to be knocked down by, gasp, a wooden owl. That's pretty much my opinion on the situation. Reflects my opinion perfectly. Sir K 1995 has another question. It says, what is your opinion on a particle system and atmosphere? That way we could make lasers and fire and tons more. It would be a renewable source of hazards. So making lasers and fire system, I guess it'd be cool, but I don't really know how it'd work. I'm not that technologically sound, and basically I have absolutely no idea what you're saying. Explain it to me later, and maybe I'll get back to it in the next mailbox. Columnmate asks, will you accept my bacon? No, I won't, because you're supposed to ask serious questions, not this. So please come back later when you have a serious question. The Pixel asks, how do you feel when you get an LOTD now because you do have 19? It's still cool. I mean, it's never gonna get old. Getting an LOTD is an amazing experience, whether it's your first one or your 90th one like Munchie. It's just a cool feeling that you've been chosen, that someone likes your level. I mean, before that, I mean, XP, it's a good confirmation, but an LOTD is just something special. I mean, it's not as special as it was originally. Like in the original atmosphere, it was Dave was actually the one who gave out the LOTDs. So that was really special if you got an LOTD from Dave. I mean, the developer of the game likes your level. That's cool. I mean, still, it's a selective staff of, what is it, 6 people that like your levels. It's a cool, awesome thing. Next thing is, name some design techniques when you use when designing levels. Some design techniques. That's a harder one. That's definitely a lot harder. Well, sometimes if I think of something in advance, then I start doing it. I probably switch the idea a couple of times. Usually, the first thing I do is come up with an environment, like a theme throughout the level. Like in Basin Island 3, I wanted it to be swamp, so I kept that theme throughout the entire thing. I don't really do that many multi-themed levels. If you want a level like that, look at Yanima's Island Racer series. But as far as my designing techniques, I try to make cool traps, cool treasures, that stuff. But what it really comes down to for me is environment, free rotating, free scaling, that stuff. It's probably my most favorite feature of Stratosphere. We could not have gravity, we could not have any new stuff, but free placing and scaling will always hold a special place in my heart. He also asks, how do you plan a level? Usually I'm just like at school or lying in my bed or taking a shower, and I just think of something on the spot. I'm like, hey, this would be a cool idea, and I just kind of put it into blocks and try to make it cool. There are so many levels that I've planned making that haven't actually made it past the drawing board. It's pretty much a hit or miss thing for me. Um, oh, and then afterwards he says you don't have to answer all, just one or two. I'm fine. Galactic Magmar asks, what are your tips on making puzzles? Well, this is also another tough one. What I would suggest is playing some good puzzle levels first. I can't really suggest any off the top of my head, but I don't know. Look at some of the famous designers like Boberto or Jay's Geek, Giant Fishy definitely. Look at their puzzles, and then think, I like that concept. Ooh, I like the concept from that level too. You can combine the concepts. You can make something new based off it, or you can just make something completely new. It's the thing about puzzles is they have to be unique, and they can't be. I don't know. They can't be too simple, I guess. What are keys to getting LOTD and XP? This is the next question. I don't know. Don't ask me. All I can really think of is environment, gameplay, not even storyline necessarily, but if there is a storyline, good spelling, good grammar, and advertisement, probably. I mean, it's not necessarily for XP, but it's pretty much almost completely necessary for an LOTD. You can't get an LOTD without advertising, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it could happen, but the more people who play your level, the more likely people are going to notice it. The next question is from Galactic Magmar. How do you come up with your stories? That's a good question. I have no idea. I mean, I guess I just kind of think of in my head when I think of a level. Most of the levels I make start out, their plan is based around a story. If it's not story driven, then I don't know. I just like having a story. It just kind of pops up from nowhere when I'm designing, pretty much. Any dialogue in my levels, I don't spend hours thinking about it. I'm just like, oh, this sounds like it might be good here. It's not like writing a book or anything. It's just okay. MM103 asks, MMM103 asks, what is, in your opinion, the worst level you've ever made? This is a hard one. I made quite a few bad levels. Probably AR Celsius Zero. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but it was a failed AR that I made. One of the ones that eventually ended up getting me kicked off the AR team. So probably that one, along with AR Red Desert and AR Shattered Flats. I was in a slump then, so those were even worse than some of my other bad levels, but those are definitely some of my worst levels. I'm skipping his next question because it doesn't pertain to much. Jay's Geek asks, why do you make so many different videos things? You've had quite a few. I don't know. It just holds an appeal to me. You said you said to ignore this question, that you're kidding, but I think it's a good question that needs to be answered. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about it. It just holds a certain appeal to me, I guess. I don't know. I like feeling that people are watching my videos, that people enjoy watching me talk or play and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just something I like to do. And then his real question is, what are your thoughts on Fallen Kingdom 2? Shameless advertising for the loss, he says. Loved that level. The environment was stunning. Better than anything I've ever made or ever seen anyone else made. That was amazing. I didn't get to the finish because I failed at jumping several times, but excellent level. It was phenomenal. Probably one of my favorite levels. Not my most favorite, but pretty high up there on the Maximum Dragon scale of levels that he likes. Yeah, and the treasure collecting was cool. It wasn't linear, which I liked, but it wasn't. Well, it was kind of linear, but it wasn't completely free formed like most Explorer levels. I mean, it had some sort of shape which is what I liked about it, that it wasn't completely non-linear, but it was linear enough to give it some sort of shape, but non-linear enough to make it a fun free roam. I guess it's hard to explain. Terranax asks, "How did you earn so many LOTDs?" Um, I don't know. It kind of just happened. There's plenty of my LOTDs that I have. I'm not sure that I deserve. I think that some of it comes from my reputation. I think I'm kind of overrated. Um, I think after I made Value of the Dragon, my level quality started going downhill, but that level was, people liked it so much. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I guess people overrate me. It just seems like. Um. What's the next one? Sir K 1995. How long do you aim to make these? I don't know. Until people stop asking questions. Skipping cigar sharps because I don't understand. Oh, my voice is dying. Mario XXX. What designers do you look up to, or do you consider yourself on top of the pyramid? No, I'm not on top of the pyramid at all. I'm near the bottom as far as I'm concerned. I look up to Frodo, Boberto, um, who else? Big Drip 681 makes awesome levels. Funny story about Big Drip 681. Just a second, let me cough. Delicious. Awesome. Big Drip 681 Designer Island tutorials. I don't know how many of you were around or have seen his tutorials, but they were awesome. My first level in LOTD was called Basin Island 1, and I don't know how many people know it or realized it, but that was completely inspired and made by watching Big Drip 681's tutorial series, Designer Island. He's the one who made me the designer I am today. I owe him all this. So, what is your least favorite level of all time? Probably fake ARs. I had not a specific one, but just fake ARs in general. Is Yanima overrated? No, he's pretty awesome. Definitely not overrated. Nasbis asks, which one do you think is superior, maple syrup or Yazoo? I love syrup. It's right up there with gravy. Gravy's better. I love gravy. Syrup's pretty high up there. I have never had Yazoo, so I don't have any opinion on that. Nikki Willie. After you got already 19 exclamation mark LOTDs, when you would get another LOTD, are you then like, okay, another LOTD, that's good, let's add it to my LOTD list? Or like, OMG, another LOTD, I'm so awesome, let's take a party, woohoo, freaking out. So I mean, the first reaction I gave is like there isn't any fun in it anymore. And the second one is that you still have much fun getting LOTDs. It's a little bit less fun, but I'm still pretty happy when I get it. I don't throw a party, I don't say I'm awesome, I don't know. When I get an LOTD for a level that I don't really think deserves one, then I might have some sort of a less happiness. But as I said before, it's always fun to get an LOTD. An LOTD is just a crown jewel, I guess. Not saying that I'm a king or anything. If anyone's a king, it's probably Frodo or Roberto, as I've already said. Maybe even Jay's Geek or Giant Fishy. What is your favorite level? This is Lionboy 1010. What is your favorite level? Except your own levels, though. Even if I was allowed to choose my own levels, I definitely wouldn't choose any of them. Probably Sandscaped Highlands by Sir K. It amazed me how much gameplay he was able to fit in that amazing level, and and how he managed to make the environment awesome still. The only thing that really lacked in that level was the boss battle, but it was still better than just let's give him a million laser ammo and make him shoot a boss from in a huge arena. Yeah, it was cool. I love that level. Favorite level. Uh, Spongy Guy asks, which idea of a level did you had when you were younger but never really made it? And are you going to try to make that or a simpler version of it in the future? Well, this isn't known by anyone, but before I had decided to make Basin Island 2 Island of the Forgotten Sands, I started making a new series off of Basin Island. In the second one, it was like Linden's Sandcastle. There was a sandcastle underneath the basin caved in, and there was a sandcastle underneath, and you had to go exploring. That got saved over accidentally, and I ran out of capacity and all that stuff. I wish I'd finished making that. Now it's too late. Oh well. I might try to make something similar in the future. The Blue Link asks, what is your favorite video game franchise? I mean, just asking. Oh. Did you really ask me that? Just so that I don't have any firefights or anything on my hands, I still have to say that Atmosphere is my favorite game. Other than that, franchises and maybe Mario, Legend of Zelda. I'm a classic gamer. Oh, don't like shooters though. Nikki Willie asks, do you have a book up full of concept drawings of your level? It would be funny if you have. I wish. That'd be so much fun to show off. I've only made 2 concept arts of any of my levels, and they both stink. So, don't expect to be getting any of that. Dragon123 asks, do you have any advice for beginning designers? Before you design anything, play all the tutorials, and look at good levels. Look at all the LTDs. Just a second, I need to blow my nose. Sorry, I'm sick. Anyways, advice for beginning designers. Yeah, look at LTDs, maybe even XPs. See what they did right, and make it better. That's all I can say about that. That's how I make levels. And I think that's just about it. So, this is Maximum Dragon finishing the first Maximum Mailbox. Signing off. Thanks for watching. Bye.